Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative.
What one thing can you say about your local quality co-op store? You can trust us. You get what you need for your farm, for your lawn and garden, and the safest products for your pets. We're locally owned and operated, and you can trust that we care about our community and the people in it. So if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, the Quality Co-op Store has exactly what you need to get the job done. All this plus friendly, knowledgeable advice. Your Quality Co-op Store. There's one near you.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all right here in Alabama.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. From planting to preparation, peanuts were the point when Southern food bloggers visited with farmers in southeast Alabama last summer.
Stars fell on Alabama, but it was a meteor that slammed into Wetumpka. While that wasn't great for nearby dinosaurs, it's what gave the city just northeast of Montgomery the beautiful landscape you see today.
In this week's gardening segment, we'll talk about getting plants started from seed.
And I'm Stacy Little. Today in the kitchen, I'm going to show you just how quick and easy it is to make this Southern breakfast staple, sausage gravy. Stay tuned.
But to start today's show, I want to tell you about my preacher.
Normally, we don't get to tell you about stories where we have a personal interest, but this one's a little different for
It
you.
is. I've been a member of the Pintlala Baptist Church just south of Montgomery for the past 20 years. But our preacher, Brother Gary Burton, has done something few other pastors have done. He's delivered God's Word to that same church for 50 years.
To do anything for 50 years, you have to get an early start.
I arrived here officially as pastor the second Sunday in January of 1972. I was a student at the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary and graduated about 6 months after I arrived here.
Back then, the church bore little resemblance to what it's become today.
When I came, it was a shotgun concrete block sanctuary. It was quite small. It would, if you had 100 people, it would be very compressed. It was small, but we have expanded since those days and kind of grown with each other, the building, with the people, and it's been a remarkable journey.
Part of that journey included several visits to the church from President George H.W. Bush, beginning right after he was first elected. Bush was invited by church member Ray Scott, who founded the Bass Angler Sportsman Society and hosted a benefit fishing tournament at his private lake nearby.
Many of the pro fishermen paid money to fish in the tournament, to rub shoulders with the president and get to know him, and some already knew him. So in their donations and their payment of money to fish, all of that accrued to a little over $1 million that helped build this sanctuary.
Brother Gary jokingly tells folks he's been around so long because his opposition never got organized. But he says there's really no secret to his success.
My answer sounds simplistic, but I think it's true, and there's some power behind it. We love each other. And I think it's the love between us which has cemented this relationship.
It also doesn't hurt that his wife Jerry is a big part of Pintlala Baptist Church. In addition to working in the church office, she's also the church pianist.
I enjoy playing the piano for church. That's my worship. And I want them to see that when I play, to God be the glory, that I feel it, that I know it. Or when I play It Is Well With My Soul, that they feel that. I don't want to ever play just to be playing, because I want to give something to the people and give something back to God, because He's given that to me and I've enjoyed it so much.
Brother Gary says he doesn't know how much longer it'll be before he retires, but after he preaches his last sermon, he hopes to leave behind a legacy of love.
We don't have good examples in the world today about loving each other beyond disagreements. But that's got to be the nature of the church, and I feel that if that doesn't happen, at that moment we cease to be a church. It's this amazing love that Christ has communicated to us that we must share with each other. I think that will be the sustaining factor of a church, is if they continue to love each other through thick and thin, through problems and disagreements, and get on the other side of them, still loving each other and serving each other. That can be done, but you got to put your mind to it.
In addition to his love for Pintlala Baptist Church, Brother Gary has a deep love for the Pintlala community. An avid history buff, he's worked with the local historical association and researched the history of the Pintlala and Hope Hole areas. He and Jerry have even started a small newspaper that spotlights people in the community, whether they're well known or not.
Now, there's a lot more to being a pastor than just preaching on Sunday morning. What does Brother Gary say is his favorite part of the job?
Well, you're right. There is a lot for preachers to do. There's writing sermons, officiating at weddings and funerals, hospital visits, and a whole lot more. But he says that Sunday morning preaching is really what he enjoys most. And by the way, in 50 years, he's never preached the same sermon twice.
Oh, wow. That's something a lot of pastors can't say after 1 year.
Right.
Now, Wetumpka, Alabama was recently the star of HGTV's Hometown Takeover. But actually, the city's first ultimate makeover occurred a long time ago. Next, we'll explore the Wetumpka Impact Crater.
Alpha offers a variety of discounts to help save money on auto insurance. Alabama customers who are currently employed by an auto manufacturer may qualify for special savings. Auto manufacturers have a major economic impact on our state, and their work keeps us on the road every day. As a thank you, Alpha is proud to offer this occupational discount to those working in the auto manufacturing industry. Discounts may vary by state. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Farm Bureau Bank has built its entire existence around the lifestyle and needs of farmers and ranchers across America. We're here to help grow traditions, give back to agricultural communities, and offer financial convenience for your unique way of life. From sunup to sundown, we are committed to serving you.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.